Okay, hey guys, welcome to How to Overcome Any Objection Selling Coaching. Shut that down. Shut that down. Welcome to How to Overcome Any Objection when selling one-on-one coaching of any kind. It doesn't have to be high ticket. You could be a business coach, a life coach, a fitness coach, a healer, therapist, wellness coach. You can use these strategies for offline or online. Obviously, a lot of you guys are online as well. Stacey Grossman here. Most of you guys know who I am. As we dive in on the Zoom, we have the Zoom live. If you're on the Zoom live, if you can just take a moment, just to introduce yourself, say hi, comment in the chat box, where in the world you are, what kind of business you have. I can make it nice and personal for you as well. We're also live streaming on Facebook. So if you're on the Facebook live, I'm going to interact with you guys on here. That's why I'm looking down at my screen. I can multitask, ladies. And so some men can multitask. So if you're on the Facebook live, comment live or replay, and also introduce yourself, say hi, where in the world you are, what kind of business you have. And if you're watching the replay on YouTube or elsewhere, feel free to interact and introduce yourself and say hi in there as well. If you're watching a replay of this, I do like to make it interactive and participate, encourage people to participate and engage with people that are live. We got Lisa, welcome, Craig, Big Chief, Wayne, good morning, Stacy, hey, it's good to see you. Craig, sunny Gold Coast. It was a beautiful day yesterday, 27. Tala, Pakistan, Lisa, Australia, Wayne, Sunshine Coast, Antuk, Croatia. Great to see you here. Business development coach, Craig, social media marketing, moving to coaching, Stacy, staying St. Petersburg, Florida, magnetic minds, life coach, Elizabeth King. I am a holistic public speaking coach. Good to see you here. Tala, transformation mindset, beyond hustle and burnout. Nice. Farouk in Dubai. Dude, love Dubai. Looking at heading to Dubai for the whole month of January and then seeing if I want to live there 3 months of the year like a lot of the guys do now. Suze, Perth, WA, my old stomping ground where I grew up. Yeah, that storm was crazy. My windows nearly got broken. All my chairs and that were flying across the balcony. I had to bring them inside. It was hectic. It smashed against my windows. So Stacey, Claudia, Valerie, hey guys on the Facebook Live, feel free to interact on there as well. I'm going to be interacting on there as well. So let's just dive straight in. So today's a pretty succinct training. It's pretty straightforward. It's literally how to overcome any objection when selling coaching. In fact, I'm going to share with you guys how to get a yes every single time. Who would like to be able to get a yes every single time when selling coaching? Yeah. Who would like to be able to sell more coaching? Would you like to be able to increase conversion rate? I'm going to share with you not just how to overcome any objection, but how to get a yes every time, but also the internal, the inner game, because we have an inner game of sales, the psychology of sales, and the prospect psychology. And then we have an outer game of sales, which is SOPs, strategies, processes, etc. Okay, so that's really what today's about. I've been selling for 23 years, online for 13 years. I've done over 10,000 one-on-one sales calls, and I've spent nearly $1 million in learning and understanding sales. I did all of Jordan Belfort's straight line persuasion. I spent 6 figures on all the Grant Cardone stuff. I spent double 6 figures on all Russell Brunson stuff, and I continue to go on and on and on. I was selling high ticket before high ticket was a term. I've had a business coaching business for 13 years. I had a life coaching business for 17 years. I had a fitness coaching business for 22 years, and I've had 3 different agencies. So I understand how to sell. In fact, I personally get a 92% conversion rate when selling personally. And in fact, we are looking at next year, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm planting seeds at launching the Quantum Sales Academy, where we will actually provide you, and you can hire professional world-class salespeople and closers. So I understand sales better than anything else in the world, maybe secondary only to mindset. So there are 2 components always in everything. 80% of success is psychology, 20% is mechanics. So there's a psychology to objection handling, and there's also a strategy, and we're going to cover both of those. Also, Warrior Shred. Hey, good to see you here. Chad, how you going? Good to see you on the Facebook. Valerie, nice. Claudia, welcome, guys. It's very simple. Who here is a coach, consultant, agency, and actually cares about your clients and cares about people and generally wants to help people? Now, who would agree that the only way you can totally transform a life is if you get on a call and somebody purchases or invests into your program? If they don't invest into your program, you can't help them to the fullest capacity. You can't. So the two most important aspects here is number one is if you can't sell and you're not that great at selling, you're not going to have anyone to help. Number one, the more we sell, the more we can help. And number two, the second component here, which is really important, is understanding your mindset around it as well. So we're going to dive straight in and we're going to do some pre-framing as well. By the way, if you stick to the end, I have an insanely ridiculous offer today. Okay, yes, this is a call, and at the end, I'm going to offer just a couple of you an incredible, ridiculous offer. What I'm going to share with you at the end of this call, I'm going to offer just a couple of you a ridiculous offer. It won't be for everybody. I guarantee everybody is going to be excited by it. And what we're about to share, what I'll share with you, the offer at the end of this call, we have never shared. It's brand new. No one's ever seen it, but me, period. So we have a new offer, very exciting, and there's two components to it which cover one, the psychology of sales and overcoming objections, and number two, the strategy, the SOPs, the process. Okay. Now, as you're probably aware, a lot of you guys are on this call. This is the third sales call we've done over the last 3-4 weeks. I did the first call, which was how to refine your avatar, messaging, pitch deck, etc. And then I did a second call, which is the actual most powerful system in the world. We went through the process and the scripts. We did that last week. If you haven't had a chance to check those trainings out, you can find them for free on my YouTube. You can head over to YouTube, type in Jason Grossman, and you'll find them in my video section. And in fact, there's over 1,000 videos on my YouTube for you guys to grow your business, sales, marketing, psychology, mindset, financial freedom. My story of how I went from living on the streets as a heroin addict to becoming a multi-millionaire and more. So check that out if you want to go down that rabbit hole. Tried my other email to hop in. Yes. Awesome. John, Cairns. Man, I love Cairns. I love the oh my goodness. Crystal Brook Riley, the resort there. I often go there once or twice a week. Love that resort right on the Esplanade there. So who would like to be able to improve your ability to be able to more elegantly and ethically overcome any objection and increase your conversion rate? So who would like that? Raise your hands. Yeah, awesome. Okay. And it's very simple. I believe that the two most important skills to master or outsource if you're not going to master them in your business to grow your business, number one is appointment setting, and number two is sales. If we don't sell, we don't have any clients. And how do most of us sell? Most of us sell through appointment. We sell through one-on-one appointment, or, and I'm very transparent, this is an appointment. This is a group appointment. And at the end of this call, I'm going to sell some of you guys something. Those that are hungry and all in and ready to advance and grow and become the best version of yourself and build the biggest business you can of your dreams and help more people, will invest. Some will, some won't. I'm going to share it with you. Okay. Again, complete transparency. So I encourage all of you to really work on being the best salesperson you can. But most people, when they think of sales, what do they think of? They think of car salespeople, they think greasy, they think sleazy. We dealt with that last week, how we think and feel about sales, right? You guys remember who was on the last sales training? I think Lisa, Wayne, Craig, I think you guys were on there. Capriel, good to see you here. Kelly, Tom, welcome. Dominic, welcome. Khalil, welcome, guys. Yep, Tyler was. Nice. Good to see you, brother. I've been seeing your name pop up a bit more. So as we dive in, I believe that 10 years ago, our skill set and ability to overcome objections was far more important than now. 20 years ago, overcoming objections was a massive part of sales. I truly believe in the world we live in today, overcoming objection and objection handling is less important than ever, but it's still a skill and an important skill to understand in sales. But the key to overcoming objections, okay, when we get an objection, what's better than the cure? There's something that's always better than the cure. What's better than going to a doctor and getting medication to cure an illness? Prevention. So the key, I believe that the most important part of actually overcoming for objection handling is if we pre-frame and deframe and deal with objections before they happen, before the call and then on call, we're going to get a lot less objections. So I believe that the best cure is prevention. There are 3 key components. Just give me a second, guys. Give me a second. You guys probably can't hear it, but there's construction in the background, so it was just distracting me. There's three key components that we, I believe, have mastered to prevent getting any objection. Who would love it if you could create a world in your business where you could do 10, 15, 20 sales calls a week with no objections? Who would like that? We would all agree. Who would not like, who would not want it? So how do we do that? Well, before we get on the call, there's three key components. The first component is understanding what I call the social media funnel. Okay, so imagine this. If you work with me, you'll know this is our funnel process. Okay, the process is very simple. We use social media as a funnel to book appointments. We use social media as a funnel to build our lists. We have 3 lists online: social media, email, phone. So we build our social media. Let's say we're focusing on Facebook because it's the most popular. We use Facebook. We build our group. So we drive traffic. We build our Facebook group. We use social media. Within that group, we nurture people. We add value. We turn them into emails and phone numbers, etc., and we get an appointment, right? So imagine this, Elizabeth. Imagine, Elizabeth, you're building a Facebook group. Within that group, you're posting regular content, videos, reels, and adding value to people and showing them that you can help them. And you're creating familiarity and you're creating a relationship with them on social media. It's called social media. From that content, they download a free offer. Okay, they grab one of your ebooks or one of your meal plans or one of your cheat sheets. They grab something that adds value to them for free in exchange for the email and phone number. And then after that free offer, Elizabeth, yeah. So Elizabeth, they've joined your group. They see your face every day. They're absorbing your content. They download a playbook. They read their book. And then you do a webinar like this, and they jump on the webinar, okay, like you guys have. And then, Elizabeth, you get on a sales call with that person. What do you think your conversion rate's going to be? I'm going to tell all of you right now, 80+%. So this is our basic funnel for appointments. We want our appointments to have gone through that process, to be familiar with my face and our business, people that we've actually helped with through our free content and have joined our events. And events are the greatest way to add value. And who agrees that we add tremendous value? And in these events, I actually give you my best stuff. I'm holding back in these calls. I give you my best stuff for free. Some of you will become clients, some not. Some are already clients, some will upgrade. Some will hire VAs for us, some business coaching. We have a new offer for you today. I think is going to get your juices flowing. But who would agree that if you use that process, that you're less likely to get a lot more objections? Yes or yes, 100%. So this is the prevention before the appointment. There's two lots of prevention. There's prevention before the appointment and on the call. Some of you might have heard of like test closing. We're going to talk about that shortly as well. Kelly, Tom, good to see you here. The second part of prevention is pre-qualifying or even fully qualifying. So a lot of you guys have appointment setters or hiring appointment setters for us. Who's hiring appointment setters for us? Raise your hands. Yeah, a lot of you guys are hiring appointment setters for us. So you would have them do this for you. Okay, now this is actually in one of the strategy calls if you're hiring a VA for us, so this will be familiar. But no matter how familiar you are with my content, we've got our new sales guys on here as well. I think you're both here. Yeah. Ryan and Suze, welcome to the team. Or our growth consultants, as we refer to you guys as, and Ray, our ray of sunshine. But who would agree that if people come through that social media funnel in that format, and then they're pre-qualified in this format, they're going to be a much higher conversion. So let's say Capriel joined the Facebook group, absorbing my content, has resonated with my direct assertive style, joined the free event, okay, and then is booked in by for an appointment by an appointment setter. And when that appointment setter books you in, Capriel, first of all, they ask 3 pre-qualifying questions to make sure you're in the right country. Certain countries we don't work with. I'm really sorry, Tala, right now we don't currently work, we don't sell services to people in Pakistan, India, certain countries. There's 198 countries, we've got to choose certain countries. There's intent for that. Number 1, what's their location? Number 2, we want to know about affordability. And number 3, we want to make sure that they have the right problems and goals we can help them with. Yeah. Tala, abuse me for my free stuff, bro. Come along to all my events, download my stuff. Yeah, not a problem, man. Okay. And so the appointment setter after the social media funnel will pre-qualify them and then send them a pre-qualifying form to gather all the information to make sure they can afford it, to make sure they're in the right location, to make sure that they're psychologically ready. Because what are some of the big objections? Like, let's get this ball rolling now, actually. Just in the Facebook or the Zoom chat, what are some of the biggest objections we get? Just post them, just throw them at me, and we'll start pre-framing them and dealing with them beforehand. Yeah. because there's a couple of components here. This process and system is why I get a 92% conversion rate. Money, time, I don't have money, talk to my partner, finances, want to think about it. Yep. What else you got? What are some more unique ones? Give me some unique ones. Give me a bit of a challenge here. So I'm going to deal with all of these afterwards. They don't feel they're worth investing in themselves. That's an interesting one. Okay, cool. Yep. So it's a belief. Who would agree that typically the first thing we do as a coach is we help them create clarity and direction, and then the second thing is we've got to instill belief in them. You know, Elizabeth comes to me, okay, and I'm just using an example because I'm staring straight at you. Elizabeth comes to me, and I'm not sure what the next steps are or how to go from where I want to be, where I am to where I want to be. Okay, clarity and direction. Okay, now we've got clarity and direction. Next step is, well, I've been working my butt off for 3 years. I haven't had success yet. There's a lot, so we have to instill belief in people, right? We're doing that right from the get-go. Tala, not sure, doubts. Elizabeth, don't think they can even do it. Yeah, plus I don't believe they can do it. I don't know if this is for me. Okay, business loan. What about on the Facebook? Kelly, I'm the first person to pronounce your name right. Whoa, really? Money, Rick Pearl, good to see you here. I'll think about it. Okay, let's cover all those. So imagine if most of those were covered in the pre-qualifying form. Because imagine you're going to have a call with somebody, not only to go through the social media file, but they also know your price. They're ready to make a decision. They understand the process, the program, what you're going to sell them to. You're very transparent. The key to massive sales in 2023 is authentic sales, transparent, honest, authentic sales. So you want to be transparent and authentic about everything. So they fill out the form, and then somebody from your team, your VA, will do what's called a triage call. So Elizabeth, your VA, Elizabeth, you create the content, they come through the social media funnel. This is what I'm just showing what we do. You can take from what you will. A VA/appointment setter books them in. Now, if you don't have a VA appointment setter, one, you can hire one for us, $10 per hour. Two, you're not ready for that, you'll just do this yourself. Not a problem, it doesn't take that much time. Okay. So Elizabeth, your VA will ask those 3 questions, send them the form, and then the day before your call, Elizabeth, with your prospect, is your VA will get on a triage call, spend 10 or 15 minutes going through the form and fully qualifying them. So everyone's always talking about pre-qualifying. No one's ever talking about fully qualified. You want them fully qualified. So Elizabeth, your VA will go through the form, make sure they're in the right country, make sure they can afford it, make sure they're in the right situation, make sure that they're mentally ready. And that's going to eliminate a lot of those objections. And if those objections are there, that person can say, hey, you know, we would love to keep serving you, definitely plug into our events. How transparent, honest was I with Tala just now, who's in Pakistan? Transparency and honesty. We're just not a good fit right now. Stay plugged in, and in the future, maybe we will be a better fit. Now, Elizabeth doesn't have to get on that call and have to deal with all these objections and have this wasted time or whatever it might be. I cannot tell you how powerful that is, right? Who would like my personal triage call scripts and process and SOPs? Who would like that by show of hands? You guys like that? Awesome. Now, if you're registered for this, if you're registered for this email, this Zoom, I'll email it to you. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, send me a DM and I will send it to you. Okay. And the third component, okay, of preventing objections, because I want to get on the call and I want all the objections dealt with before I even get on the call, right? The primary objections and then the secondary is always think long term. I used to be, you know, here's a true story. 23 years ago, when I started selling personal training, you know what I did, Capriel? We would walk in the consultation room and the prospect would sit down. I would lock the door, true story, and say, you're not leaving this room until you sign up for a personal training package. That's how passive aggressive I used to be. And that's what a car salesman does. And that's what creates bad taste in people's mouth. Now, the opposite now. So the key is whenever you do get on a call, always approach it like a long-term, lifelong customer or client. So if you're going to I can convince people, I can push people, I can get people to sign the line more if I'm passive aggressive, assertive, and go, let's do this kind of thing. But if they don't feel like it's their idea and they're coerced, they're not going to stick around. So everything I'm doing in my authentic sales process is to create lifelong team, lifelong customers. This has only really been something I've really focused in on the last year or so. And it's been like what it's done for us is tremendously huge in regards to and you know what happens is even though the on-the-spot conversions are a little lower, you know how many people come back a month later, do you know in the last week alone, we've had 3 people, last 2 weeks, we've had 3 people that have been with me, following me for at least 8 to 10 years, sign up for something. Now, I don't want to wait 8 to 10 years, all right? And I'm not saying should, but that's what you're creating here. You're creating relationships and you're thinking like, so I would rather maintain a relationship with you, Elizabeth, than get a yes from you and push you and create resistance for you to quit in a month. Does it make sense? So I cannot tell you how powerful. Again, authentic sales. Who would agree with these 3 things? So number 1, social media funnel. Number 2, pre-qualifying. Number 3, approach every human being like a human being and a potential lifelong customer. They could become a friend or family member. Heck, they could become a person that works in your business. They might become a coach in your business. Who knows? You know? So think long term. Those 3. By the way, if anyone has any questions, post them in the Zoom or the Facebook chat. Warrior legacy. Yeah, it's all about legacy. Carly, hey, good to see you. Well, actually, it's 4 because Carly came to one of my live events in Mornington Peninsula, Melbourne. Is that right? What was that? 7 years ago? Here's Carly just signed up last week. So we had 4 people in the last 2 weeks, and that's what happens when you think long term. And yeah, awesome. Is that Isaac? Hey, brother, good to see you. Not convinced you're the right person. Yeah, awesome, brother. Yeah, okay, thanks for that. Okay, so now obviously there is the internal overcoming objections and the external, because you're going to have objections as well. If I'm sitting here thinking that, like when I was selling personal training, and there's some personal trainers on here actually, like when I was selling personal training, I'd sit down with a single mom and be like, oh, she doesn't have money. Not realizing that she just got divorced and got 80%, has 200 grand cash in her bank account. We don't know, right? When you sit down with a teenager, I'd sit down with a teenager who's got no money, not realizing that he's got an app and he's making money. Or you sit down with, you know, so we never assume. So there's our own psychology, but it's also their psychology. So there's NLPs. Anyone studied NLP? NLPs in here, neuro-linguistic programming. If you haven't yet, I believe all coaches of all kinds want to become certified. I was certified as an international trainer of NLP back in 2006. Was delivering crack and master courses before social media existed. So I've been around. In NLP, there's these things called frames. Basically, it's a paradigm or a mindset around something. Basically a belief system, if you will. Carly, NLP trained, certified. Awesome. It was down in the Mornington Peninsula. How was that for a memory? Yeah. So it was, I know it was bloody cold. That's probably why I remember it. It's freezing now. My goodness. So here are some frames. Nicholas, awesome. So number 1. This is a part of the prevention. How do you prevent yourself projecting objections onto people? Have you ever noticed that individuals keep attracting the same objections from a group of people? If you do 10 calls with 10 different people and you get the same objection, who has manifested and attracted that objection? What's the common denominator? Wayne, you are. So that means there's something in your words, your tone, your frames or mindset that is projecting. You're the one that projects the objections that they project back. So they mirror the objections you're projecting. Does that make sense? This is happening. So you'll find that everybody gets like 1 or 2 main objections all the time because they're unconsciously or maybe consciously projecting them, which is quite fascinating. So here are the frames to avoid that, to prevent your projection unconsciously. Does it make sense? Man, I love this stuff, by the way. How fun is this stuff? Good stuff, this stuff. Number 1, and you've all heard me say this before, if you know my stuff, this is huge. Everybody's too caught up in what they don't have and what they can get, rather than what they do have and what they can give. Stop getting on a call and thinking about getting a yes, getting a client, getting a money, me. Teach that shit now. Yeah? Get on a call, help, serve. Be there to serve, help them solve a problem. If you get on a call with someone and you truly believe in your heart, if I get on a call with someone, Wayne, and I truly believe in my heart of hearts, I'm not the best person for them, I need to be humble and honest enough to say, look, legit, it's not you, it's me. I don't believe I'm the best coach for you. I think that we can find you somebody else. But you've got to do that. That's authentic sales. So, how many people, if you're sitting there going, man, I need to make this sale to eat food, that's a problem. It's a scarcity mindset that you're going to attract more of, number 2, and you can't control getting a yes. You can't control getting people to show up to the appointment. If you're still getting frustrated at no-shows and people not signing up, and when I was selling personal training, as an example, because I did it for so long, the other personal trainers would do a free 1 hour consult and not sign up the client. They come down to go effing bitch, and I'm like, dude, it's you. You need to get better, right? So it's all on us. So focus on serving and giving. Number two, we covered this last week, so I'll just touch on it briefly. We do not sell, we interview. Person that has the most power, or let's use influence in a conversation, is the person asks the questions. So you sell through asking questions. We interview, we do not sell. We covered that last week. Number three, this is huge, and I think we live in a world now where this is really important more than ever, is who else was taught when you got no objection, to kind of isolate and then break it down and kind of negate, so you can't afford it. Oh, besides that, is there anything else stopping you from getting started? If there was a way to afford it, how could you afford it? Who was taught these kind of one-liners? Dead. That shit's old, doesn't work. That's not authentic. You know why it doesn't work anymore? Because we're all professional salespeople, but what are our prospects now? They're professional buyers, right? And since COVID, professional online buyers. So you can't bullshit them. You can't pretend to be genuine if you're not. It's all about transparency and authenticity. I love NLP, but I'm not going to sit there and mirror and match you to influence and manipulate you. If I can't tell you what I'm doing, I don't do it. And if I am doing it, I don't tell you. Does it make sense? That's transparency and authentic sales. So stop trying to overcome it. So the approach used to be linear. Okay, you can't afford it. Let's find a solution for you to afford it. That's what I mean by linear. But now it's about multi-ordinality. You've got to have other solutions, other options, other frames. And we're going to talk about that. Okay. Is this interesting? You guys are talking about one-liners and cheat sheets, all right? No. I'm not going to give you the fish. I'm going to teach you the fish. Who's ever joined a sales call with me or Ray, one of our team, and just signed up for something? Yeah, for you guys that raised your hand, who would agree there is one key word? It flows. It feels like it flows. That is the most important part of the whole process. It must feel to Lisa like it flows. It must feel to Wayne like it flows. The problem is that most people, when they get an objection or a complaint or some sort of resistance, is they go on the defensive. If you go on the defensive, you create resistance and you push them away. So you don't want to go on the defensive. You want to allow the flow and not create resistance. So we're going to talk about that as well. It must flow. So if I'm trying to rebuttal your objection and overcome it, how are they going to perceive that? They're going to perceive it like I'm being defensive and I'm pushing them away, and they're going to feel attacked. Okay. A way around that in NLP, there's a process called pace, lead, which we're going to talk a bit more about shortly. So basically, John, you've said to me that, well, actually, John's looking pretty lean, so I won't use weight loss. John, you've said to me that you want to build to 100K months. Actually, let's start with the more simple. Hey, John, you said to me that you want to build a business in your part-time so you can quit your job and spend more time with your family. So this is things that John said to me. If we don't make any changes, nothing's going to change. And then I lead, right? And then I go in for the close. So we're going to talk a bit more about that. The key to selling is asking questions and interviewing. Okay, so the key to overcoming objections is ask questions. We do not make statements or commands. All questions. This keeps you in the driver's seat. And a big part of the sentence is we pre-frame. So the prevention beforehand is a slide I went through. The prevention on the call is pre-framing. So this is why I wanted some examples. So you've heard of the term test closing. You guys have all heard of test closing, right? Most of you have heard of that. So we can do test. We can do feature test on the call. So again, let's grab somebody different. Wait, who else have we got on this call? Lisa, Nicholas, Carly. We'll just grab Julie. So Julie, you get on a call with somebody and you know that they've got enough money, but money's tight. Maybe you get on a call with somebody, Julie, and they're working a full-time job. Okay. And they're making a little bit of money, but not a lot. You know the objections you're going to get. You know that they're going to be short on time. You know that they're going to, it's going to be financially tight. They can afford it, but it's going to be financially tight. I want to pre-frame those beforehand. So for example, is there any business coaches on here? So I might say something, if I know Wayne is tight for finances, before I get to the close, what I'll do is I'll pre-frame it. So what I do is, and I suggest you do this, if you follow my system and you want to increase your sales, before you get on a call with someone, look at the form, make a note of the 3, 4, 5 objections you feel they might give you, and embed them into your process before you get to the close and deal with them beforehand. It's called deframing, in NLP, you've heard of deframing. Okay, as opposed to reframing, which is after you get it. I don't want to reframe, I want to deframe and pre-frame, if that makes sense with me. Got to go to client, didn't want to really, all right, brother, see you, Isaac. Yeah. So let's say, Julie, you've gone, oh, well, this person is working a job, has a family, and they've got a business. So they don't have a heck of a lot of time and also tight finances. So what I'll do in this case is I'll say to Julie beforehand is, Julie, let me ask you a quick question. If you were to sign up one client, how much would that cost you? And you might go $200, right? I always lead through questions. $200 a week, awesome. So like if I could show you, if I can help you get one client, right? If I can help you get one client, that's $200 a week. And I was to charge you $200 a week, that means if we get 2 clients or more, everything's profit, right? As an example. Or even when I get to the close, I might say, here's the awesome thing about business coaching, right? If I help you get one client, it's $200 a week. You're struggling financially now. I'm going to help you get a client within the next 30 days. Within 30 days, you're going to be break even. From there, you're going to be in profit. Does that make sense? So I want to deal with the objections that I might get beforehand. Yeah. So, for example, okay, cool. So if I can help you get 4 clients, then I can help you quit your job. What would that be worth to you? And I can focus on that. And then we can free up time. Okay, so here's the deal, Julie. Obviously, you're working 40 hours per week. You're spending 20 hours a week on your business, and you've got your family. That's an 8-hour work week. This is going to be hard to find the time. But here's the deal. I'm going to give you about 10 hours a week to work on your business to be able to quit your job, free up time to spend time with your family. If you're honest, can you find that time? So I'm dealing with the time, I'm dealing with the money, I'm dealing with all these things beforehand. So deal with these and have the conversations with them and use the values and the goals as a part of their agreement. So you get their agreement beforehand. Yeah, does it make sense? Look, over the next month, it's going to cost $1,000 in the program for the first month. All we're going to do is find that $1,000, then we can help you get a client, then it's going to be a return on investment. So you deal with these things beforehand. And then if you get the objection, you can reframe it. Does that make sense? Hard to read screen smaller letters. Are you on a mobile? Yeah. That's the side of the screen. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Now let's talk about the 2 main objections. The 2 main objections in a nutshell are money and time. Something around money and something around time. Now, the thing about money is typically how was everyone taught to deal with the money objection? How are you going to taught to deal with the money objection? Give me some examples of what you were taught. By the way, there are many ways to skin a cat. I'm not saying this is the right way or the best way. I believe it's the most powerful way because my focus with this whole process is about maintaining a relationship and building lifelong relationships. That is the priority on this whole process. My priority is not to get a sale. That's the outcome of the goal, yes, but that's not my focus. I have financing options. Yep, awesome. Yep. Okay, yep. So how to deal with the money objection, finance options. Yep. So having options, 100%. What else, guys? What do you got for me? What were you taught with, or how do you normally deal with the money objection? What were you taught by the gurus, the sales gurus? You guys got anything for me? No one wants to participate? Investing in yourself? Yep. It's a bit corny, that one, isn't it? That's true. Return on investment is a great way. I actually really do. The return on investment is a numbers thing, and numbers don't lie. People lie. Yeah. Julie, when financing doesn't work for them, we work from there on what we can do. Yeah. What's the cost of not changing? These exactly. This is kind of what we're taught. What's the cost of not changing? It's like, well, I can't afford it. I tell you, Lisa, what you can't afford. You can't afford to continue your life this way because if you continue for the next 6 months, what you did the last 6 months, what's your life going to look like in 6 months? Unless it's going to be like the same. The end part's fine, but I don't ask questions. May create resistance like that. Yeah, ROI dissociates people emotionally because people make decisions based on emotion and justified logic. So if they're giving you the money objection, it's not logic, it's emotion. Does it make sense? It's a perceived lack of money. So I have programs for 99 Aussie per week. I live in Surfers Paradise. There's a lot of homeless people downstairs, like around the city. All the homeless people have a mobile phone. If a homeless person can afford a freaking mobile phone, then you can afford 99 Aussie per week. So that's BS. But if I say, Lisa, that's BS at this stage, I'm just going to create resistance. We're not at that point yet. I don't coach people to their pain, right? And so this is a metaphor and example that I use as well. I'm going to make an offer to you at the end of this call. You're going to go, someone's going to go, I want to do that, but can't afford it. That's bullshit. That's a story you tell yourself. Questions, how can we afford it? So these are the paradigms you adopt, but you got to be mindful on how the wording you use, because again, you don't create resistance. So 100%. So here is the most powerful way to deal with the money objection, and it works every bloody time. Every time. It cannot not work. And I'm going to share it with you. I agree that you think that wording is super important. Yeah. The words you use, the tonality you use, the elocution you use, the syntax, which is the order of words you use. I teach all my sales guys all this advanced stuff. Yeah. This is basic stuff. Okay, so let's talk about the money objection, how to deal with it. Many ways to deal with the money objection. The most powerful way to deal with the money objection every single time is what I call a drop sell. What is a drop sell? I'm glad you asked. Some of you heard it before. So if Julie, can you speak on audio? Oh, Wayne, can you speak on audio? I'll just use this as if people hear this verbally, it'd be good.
Okay.
Hey, brother, how you doing? Good to see you here. So I'm going to give you an example of the best way to overcome the money objection is to give them a more affordable option. But you don't want to give them a more affordable option and cut into profit margins. So you don't want to give price cuts. Does that make sense? So you want to have two drop sells. So as a coach consultant agency owner, you have a core offer. Everyone knows what a core offer is. That's the main thing you're selling when you get on the call. Additional to your core offer, ultimately, at some point, you want to have at least one, but ideally two drop sells. So Wayne, I'm going to close, and I just want to say I can't afford it. Okay. So Wayne, if I choose to work with you, we're going to plug into the business coaching program. It's one-on-one. It's $5,000. Okay, $5,000 up front for 3 months for the business coaching program. Any questions? Are ready to get started?
No, I can't afford that.
Now, what do most people do here? They try to overcome the objection. I want to create that flow. And because the biggest thing is people want to feel acknowledged. And if they feel acknowledged rather than you creating resistance, it's going to be much easier to get a yes. You know, some people just want to say no. Some people just want to say no. You know, who's ever noticed that before? So some people just want to say no. I could say to Wayne, it's $1, and he's going to give me an objection because some people just like to feel like they're in control. Has anyone met someone like that? Yeah. So I use a drop sell. So this is what I'll say. Wayne, man, I completely understand. Yeah. $5,000, that's a bit of money. So what if I make it even easier for you? Well, actually, I'll say this. Bro, look, I completely understand. $5,000 is a fair bit of money. But you have said to me that if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're not guaranteed to be where you want to be, and you want to quit your job. So what if I make it even easier for you? We'll cut that price in half. We'll make it just $2.5 grand. And we'll actually plug you into our group program, which is even better for you, I think, because instead of half now, you actually get an hour of coaching every week. Would that be easier for you?
Oh, that sounds easier.
Awesome. Just say no again. Look, I still can't afford that.
Okay, no, I can't afford it.
Dude, I get it. And if you can't afford that, we both know that's a problem. Dude, I'm here for you. I want to help you. So let's do something about it. So what if I make it even easier for you? All right, I have a course here that you can go through in your own time, and I'll even give you free access to me. You can message me anytime. It's only $497. Would that be easier for you?
No, can't afford it.
This is the part. But no, so I'm glad you actually said that. So here's the thing. Now I can get a chance to get 2 or 3 no's before I get a yes. Who would agree that will drastically increase the conversion rate? Yeah. So if he says no again here, this is what I actually do. Wayne, man, I get it. I'm here for you and I want to help you. How much can you afford?
Yeah, that's a good question. $1. No, I'm joking.
Let me ask you a question. How much can you afford, honestly, per week right now without putting too much financial pressure on yourself? How much can you put in a week to this?
Yeah, $100 a week, say.
$100 a week. I'll tell you what, I'll do a deal for you. I'll plug you into our group program for $99 a week and plug into that. How's that?
Sounds good.
All right, cool. See how it flows. Does that make sense? And so this is where again, so you want to have a payment plan. So if you're charging less than $5,000, if you're charging less than $5,000, I would use direct debit, go cardless, and set up weekly options. I want all my clients paying weekly, because then I have consistent income. If you take just upfront payments, it's inconsistent. Would you rather make consistent or inconsistent? If you're charging more than $5,000, you might do what Julie does, which is set up financing options where Wayne can get financing so he can still get the payment. That you need to have a payment plan and payment options where people can pay weekly. That's part of the drop sell. Is you got to go, we can pay up front or you can pay weekly. You guys in Dubai or UK, you have a monthly cash flow cycle, still make it weekly because it gives it the perception of the smallest chunk possible. That's why we say, hey, for the price of a coffee a day, kind of thing, right? Smallest amount possible. So my suggestion would be ultimately you'd have a group coaching program, you'd have a one-on-one coaching program, you'd have some sort of course or mastermind, something like that. Okay. In a nutshell. Anyone have any questions on that in the chat, in the Zoom or the Facebook chat? No questions? Is that useful, by the way? Does that help? Love the form. Did it feel like I acknowledged you? It didn't feel like any resistance. The key is flow. It's always flow. When I sell, I never sell. I also have a non-negotiable when I close. Does anyone know what my non-negotiable is? Is Ray here? Ray knows. When I am closing, I always set myself a challenge. I always set myself a challenge to make the person laugh somehow. Because if Wayne laughs, how does he feel? He feels good. If he feels good, what happens? Yeah. So here's the thing about courses. We live in a society now where everything is free. You don't even need to go to university. You can do a degree online. Information is, you can sell information, but it's not profitable. If you look at what the top guys are doing, which is what I'm doing as well, is we sell courses on the back end of our funnels and offers on ads to fuel ad spend. But from a profitable perspective, they're dead. But they are a great option to have as a drop sell. So the portals you guys get access to, we sell those. And we use them for clients anyway, which they get them for free. We just sell that portal. Now, I'm a much bigger fan of Julie, masterminds. I'm launching a massive mastermind next year. It'll be our biggest part of our business coaching business. And there's actually going to be 2 levels. There'll be a $97 entry one. There'll be a 6-figure one. There'll be a 7-figure one. So it'll be like a 97 a week one, and then a 97 a month one, and a 490. I think it's 497 a month one. I'm a much bigger fan of that. I want the subscription. The most powerful form. This is bonus training. The most powerful form of money, income, cash flow in the world is forecasted passive online income. It's better than crypto. It's better than NFTs. It's better than passive income from shares or stocks or property, because you have enough of that coming through. You can go bankrupt and you still be set for life. So my focus with my models is how do I create forecasted unlimited earning income passively? Yeah. That's different than group coaching, 100%. It's like a paid Facebook group. Dean Graziosi has a massive one. He's making like 16 million a year or something from his Facebook group. It's crazy. But yeah, we'll actually be going. You're in that program, so we'll be going through that stuff in the program, Julie. Yeah. Here are a couple of some other suggestions. Number one is always have a kickstart fee. You'll notice if you've signed up for anything of ours, we have a kickstart fee. Now that's honestly complete transparency. That's the commission for the salesperson. But also, like when you join help clubs, remember they had a joining fee. You know why help clubs created a joining fee? To give them leverage to be able to remove it, to give you the incentive and the perception that's more affordable. So have a kickstart fee or a joining fee, onboarding fee, whatever label you want to give it. We do deals as well. So, hey, what if we give you your first week of VA for free, or your first week of coaching or 2 weeks? I'm happy to do stuff like that. I don't mind. It gets the ball rolling. If I could get them across the line, especially if it's just getting through that first month for business coaches. Selling business coaching is the easiest thing in the world because the return on investment is financial. So you can say, hey, you give me $200, I'll make you $1,000 or whatever. Have add-ons. Okay, so stack as much value as possible. Yeah. And again, do deals like I just did. I just did a verbal deal with Wayne. So you have a pitch deck. If I do a verbal deal for Wayne, I've done him a personal favor. Yeah, I just did Wayne a personal favor. Yeah, so do that as well. Exactly. So what we're doing here, our job as a coach is to help them solve their problem. And their problem right now is a perceived lack of affordability, and it's just their scarcity mindset. But that's their ego trying to talk them out of change and why they're stuck in that perpetual cycle. So, but you can't tell them, you can't go, Wayne, that's your ego talking. All right. Stop making excuses, put the bullshit. So you can't say that in the close. Now Wayne's a client, I can say it, right? Because it's true. But yeah. Okay. Does that help, guys? Money objection? Okay, let's talk about the time objections. There's really 3 main parts here. We won't be much longer, guys. Is this good stuff, by the way? Nicholas. Finance company for Australia. So unfortunately, in the US, they actually have high ticket and coaching finance companies. In Canada, I think they've launched one and they come in the UK. There's nothing in Australia yet. There's a couple of companies. I actually suggest Aussies don't use financing personally. I just think we're better off using it. We use PaySmart, which is an Aussie version of Go Cardless. We just do all upfronts on Stripe. And also, like us, you guys know our stuff's very affordable. Our stuff's only 5 to 10 grand max. So we just use Stripe. We don't offer financing for that. We use direct debit. Nicholas, I know your prices and what you're doing. I would suggest for you direct debit at this stage as well, my friend. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about time. Really, there's three components here. There's one, I want to talk to my partner. I think it's probably the big one, right? I need to talk to them. Two, I need time to think about it. Or three, I'm not ready. All temporal. Temporal meaning time objections. I deal with all of them exactly the same. Very simple. Again, there's many ways to do this. You can agree with me or disagree. My priority is to maintain the relationship with Lisa and create a lifelong relationship. Carly's here after 7 years. Proof that the authentic sales is the way. My priority is not to get a yes. My priority is to maintain the relationship. Yeah. So it's about flow. So here's what I personally do. I use a strategy called BAM FAM. It means book a meeting from a meeting. Wayne, I'll grab you again because you're already there, brother. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to ask a question. My favorite close is, do you have any more questions already get started? That's my favorite. I just like it because it flows. And it's a double bind. Questions, we'll get started. And I'll keep asking, and I'll keep saying the same thing until they ask me questions. I got no questions left. No, I got no questions left. Okay, let's get you started. All right. So Wayne, do you have any more questions or are you just ready to get started?
No, I just need some more time.
Can you say I want to talk to my partner for me to start with?
I want to talk to my partner first.
Yeah, Wayne, man, I really respect that and appreciate that. I think when you're going to make an important decision like this, that's as valuable as this is, it's important to make those decisions with your lover, with your lifelong partner. So, when we get a chance to talk to your partner?
Tonight.
Awesome. Okay, so if you want to have a chat to your partner, would you agree your partner's probably going to be supportive of your goals and dreams?
Yes.
Awesome. So have a chat to your partner tonight. Let's book you in for the same time. Now, I'm going to ask if he wants to, you guys, let's book in for the same time tomorrow for an actual appointment. And then let's jump on a call tomorrow. And when you get on a call, just tell me yes or no. Tell me yes, tell me no, tell me no, I gotta go. Just give me I just want you to just tell me yes or no. And if it's a no, that's cool. But if your partner's supportive, are you in?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. By the way, because Wayne's going to talk to his partner, and what's his partner's job? To protect Wayne. Lisa gets on a call, goes talks to her partner. Your partner is to protect you. So they're going to be what? On the defense. It's just how it is. That's their job. My partner comes to me, I'm going to be like, I want to protect her. That's just how it is. So I don't want Wayne explaining the process. So if it was our VA business, we'd say, hey, Wayne, just if you can show your partner the 10-minute VA video. That's what we do. Or send Wayne the information, show him. Second of all, Wayne, if you'd like your partner to join us in the call tomorrow and your partner has any questions, please just let them know, invite them, and they can jump in. That's it. Book a meeting from a meeting. Yeah. Okay, just I'm going to ask you a question this time. Say, I want to think about it. Any more questions or just ready to get started?
No, I'd prefer to think about it.
Then I completely understand. How much time do you feel like you need to think about it? A day, 2 days?
2 days.
See what I just did there? I want it to be 24 to 48 hours, right? See what I did just there? And I've given you two choices, A or B, 2 days. Awesome. Let's do this. Let's book you in for the same time in 48 hours. Can you do that? Same time, 48 hours.
Yes.
Okay. And then take the time. I'm the same. And always acknowledge I'm completely the same. I never sign up on the spot. I always sleep on it because Wayne, that's what I think intelligent people do, right? Yeah. So I'm going to book you in for 48 hours. Yeah. Now we're both intelligent people, right? Yeah. And then see how it flows. I'm going to book you in for 48 hours time. Get on the call. Just tell me yes or no. Either way. Okay. Quick question before you go. I put that in. What specifically do you feel like you need to think about? Maybe you can see more information and stuff.
So you're underwater then. I didn't hear the question.
What I'd be inclined to do, because we're going to run out of time, because we spend a lot of time on this, is if he legit just wants to take the time to think about it, I keep it there. But I want to send him everything he needs to make the decision. So, bro, I'm going to send you the video. I'm going to send you the website. I'm going to send you the slides. I'm going to send you the pitch deck, and we can do that. Okay. One more. Whoever gets this, I'm not quite ready for this. You know, I need to quit my job, or I need to get organized. I need to get a couple of clients. You know those. Who gets those? Yeah. Any of those? Wayne, just say I'm not ready. Any more questions, or just ready to get started?
I'm not quite ready.
Man, I completely understand. You know, mentally and physically. You know, you feel like you've got preparation to do. I can respect that. When do you feel like you will be ready?
Probably about 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay. Is it 3 or 4 weeks?
4 weeks.
Awesome. Let's do this, brother. Let's book you in for an appointment. Same time in 4 weeks. Can you do that? Book
Yeah.
you in. We can jump on the call and we can get you started then. In the meantime, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you some homework that's a part of the program. I don't usually do this, by the way. I'm going to send you some stuff to start working on in the meantime so you can absorb it and be more prepared. Would you like that?
That'd be lovely.
Awesome. There is another option here. I will also test. Okay, will you 100% be ready in 4 weeks?
Yes.
If he's 100% ready, I say, awesome. Let's get you set up now. We can get you set up now. I can give you access to everything, the portal, the welcome letter, and we can set the first payment date for a month from now. Sound good? Send it through.
Sounds good.
So, see how it flows? Oh, but Jason, if I book them in for a BAM fan, what if they don't show up? You've maintained a relationship. You've been very transparent. The show rate's actually very high. Yeah. Is that good? Anyone have any questions? Useful? One last slide and then we'll wrap it up. Is this good stuff? Are you enjoying this? Everyone's very quiet. Hey, Cindy, Matthew, Jimbo. Hey, guys. How you going? Here's how to always get a yes. This is really powerful. So, when you get on the sales call and you ask your closing question, one of three things is going to happen. Wayne's just going to say, yes, let's do it. Awesome. Send the form. Never get off the call without collecting the form or the payment, right? The financing form, the direct debit form, or the actual payment. So that's easy. Number two, you'll get fence sitters. So the fence sitters we just covered. The fence sitters we always ban fan. Anyone that needs time or to think about or check the budget, any fence sitter that's not made a decision, I ban fan. I book them in for 24 to 40 hours. So I get the yes. I get the yes to the meeting. And the third thing is, which is actually very rare for me, is I just get straight up and no, this is not for me. If you get a no, it's not for me, from that objection and talk them out of it, I think that's a huge mistake. I don't want to try and convince someone that says no and get them in a program. If they're a problem prospect, what kind of client are they going to become? Problem client. So I have no problem firing problem prospects. We did it a couple of times last week. I just don't think we're a good fit. Okay. So if Wayne says no, this is how I turn it into a yes. And this is what world-class salespeople do. And I'm willing to bet almost none of you do this. And Ray has gotten very good at this. Wayne, I understand this is not for you right now. We're not a good fit. But who do you know? Who do you know that could do with our help, or we might be able to help? Who do you know? Who's the first person that comes to mind? Wayne will give me a name. I'll ask him to create a Facebook group chat. And then I'll ask Wayne again, who else do you know? If Wayne says, I don't know anybody, I ask this. If there was someone that comes to mind, who's the first person that comes to mind? Typical NLP stuff. Still flows, and it triggers a thought in Wayne's mind. Start getting referrals, because every no you get, you now have two more people to speak to. Does that make sense? Okay. Who can start asking for referrals? Write this down. Who do you know? Who do you know? Yeah. Not who that yet might be interested or that we can help. Either way. Yeah. We're going to run out of time for a follow-up system, but that's not a problem. But I will say this is you've got to follow up people. You've got to create a system where you're regularly building a pipeline. The primary focus of a salesperson, and you're all salespeople, whether you feel like it or not, or believe it or not, you're all salespeople, is to build a pipeline, a community, a tribe of raving fans that attend every webinar, that join your trainings, whether they become Tala. I've said to Tala, come to all of my events, brother. I want to help you. Jump on all of my stuff. Got a workshop on the weekend, jump on that. Doing a challenge next week, jump on that. Get around me, spend time around the campfire, and we'll help you out, brother. Yeah. So make sure you're following up people as well. Okay. Was that useful, guys? Before we wrap it up, I have a ridiculous offer here, an insane offer for just a couple of you. Before I share it with you, I think it's going to blow your mind, actually. No one's seen it. Before I share it with you, I just want to get some feedback because I like to make these relevant for you and make sure it's really impactful. So I don't have a lot of time in these. What's everyone's biggest takeaway? What's the one thing from today that I shared with you? It was your biggest aha moment, your biggest takeaway, gold nugget, the thing you're going to apply? Rick, flow. Always make it flow, brother. Everything flows like a pipeline. Wayne, the natural easy flow. Yeah. Even when we did that stuff, everything we just did, Wayne, together, did it all feel like it flowed? Didn't feel like there's any resistance. Yeah, it flows. You know why? Because I wasn't trying to get anything from you. I was legit focusing on serving and helping you. Transparency. Everything's transparent. Honesty, transparency, authenticity, genuineness. This should be core values for all of us. Elizabeth, how to handle the partner and no objections. I forget to ask for referrals. Tala, authentic selling in flow. Craig, keep the conversation going. Flow, ask questions. Serving and not selling, 100%. That's exactly what I say. I tell my guys, don't sell and stop selling and stuff. It's the same with appointment setters. I tell my appointment setters, don't focus on getting appointments. They look at me confused. That's the goal, but we focus on serving and building relationships and connecting. Yeah. Cool. So there's two parts to this. Number one, there's the inner game of sales and the inner game of overcoming objection. Who would like to be able to better master the psychology of sales and the inner game for yourself, but also understand the psychology of your prospects better? Who would like to be able to do that? And the second part is the outer game. The outer game is sales scripts, SOPs, and the process and the systems, which is the 20%. Who would like to get better at doing that? Yeah. So there's two, we have two, we've got two offers for the price of one. And I want to share something with you, and some of you might have sent this week. We've just announced this week. And if you've already done this, stay, because there's two parts to this. So I'll share the two parts with you, then I'll share the offer. I think you're going to love this, right? First time I've ever done this. So there's two parts to this offer. One is for the inner game, one's for the outer game. Okay. As some of you are probably aware, this week we formed an official relationship and partnership with Julie Thompson, international trainer of NLP. And I've known her for about 7-8 years. She used to be a client of mine. She was a life coach with us. Now she's an international business coach with us. And we are excited to announce our partnership, and she does certification courses for practitioner and master practitioner. For those that haven't studied NLP, I know if you have, NLP is the most powerful psychological modality for understanding your mindset and other people's. Out of everything I've ever done for sales, nothing has taught me more about understanding psychology of sales than NLP, period. I have 21 certifications in different psychological modalities. Nothing comes close to NLP. So Julie has a qualification practitioner. So this is an actual certification course. So Julie has a certification course coming up October, starting Monday, October 9th. It's a 6-day live online training, so you can do it anywhere in the world. And yes, you get access to the replays. And you don't get one, not two, but 3 certifications. You get an official internationally accredited certification as a practitioner of NLP, as a coach, and also as a timeline therapist. So you can add that. You can add these to your arsenal, to your packages and your prices. Okay, here's an outline of the 6 days. If I scroll down, okay, so you can see here it's Monday to Saturday. Okay, now if you've done NLP, just stick around. You might want to review a revision, redo it. Okay, I think the outline of the 6 days, here you go, so you can see what you guys do here. I think I've gone too far. I haven't gone far enough. This is a long page. I actually helped Julie create this. There you go, not bad for a tech tab. So here's the outline. Okay, so we've got the prac courses. It's got all of the NLP models. So you learn hypnotic language patterns. You learn, understand this. Basically, in a nutshell, NLP is comparing NLP to traditional psychology is like comparing the new PlayStation to the old Atari. Who can remember the Atari? Yeah. So who would like to be able to become certified in NLP and have 3 certifications to add to your credentials as a coach? Business coach, life coach, fitness coach. Yeah. So that's the first thing, number one. So this is normally 4,995. That's the first part, the inner game. The outer game, some of you guys are aware of this, is I've got my next group business coaching program launching. Some of you are in this. Okay. This is for the outer game of sales. In a nutshell, this is a 16-week group business coaching program where you get to spend an hour with me and my team, and we help you from the ground up, refine your avatar, pitch deck, sales processes, scripts, SOPs, but also all the marketing, all your funnels, and everything you need to build to 20,000 a month. Who would like to add 20K a month to your business in the next 6 months? Would you guys like that? So this is normally valued at $4,995. So normally to do both these courses would cost nearly 10 grand. Here is the ridiculous offer. Today, there is 2 options. We're packaging together for the first time ever. The first option today is instead of upfront 4,997, you can enroll to either one of those courses for just 2,997 upfront. You can become certified in 3 areas through NLP for just less than $3,000, or you can join my group program for under $3,000 as well. We have a payment plan, $99 a week. If I said to you for $99 a week, we will help you build to 20K a month, or you can become NLP certified who agrees it's worth it. That's a ridiculous deal. But that's not even the crazy. Oh, by the way, we'll also, additional to that, we'll throw in a free seat with your partner, your business partner, one of your team can join the NLP certification program or the business program as well. So it's 2 seats for the price of one, and you can invite someone along. 2 seats. So instead of paying almost $10,000, you'll pay $3,000. So you enroll in the NLP certification course, you can invite whoever you like along to become certified with you and join you. The second offer is a ridiculous offer. For an extra $1,000, for like $1,000, you can do both programs. For today only, for the next 2 hours, you can enroll in both the NLP practitioner course and my group program for $3,997. And we'll give you not 1, but 2 free tickets, free seats to join. So if you were to register for both, for less than $4,000, you'll get 2 seats to the NLP practitioner course, both certified, and 2 seats for the group business coaching program. Okay, this is only going to be available for the next 2 hours. Now, if you're already doing the group business coaching program, we have an upgrade option to NLP. So who's in my group business coaching program already or registered for the next one? If you are interested in doing NLP, shoot me a message. We do have an offer where you can upgrade for the difference of that second offer. So it's $19.97 or $99 a week. So if you're doing our current group business coaching program, you can upgrade and do the NLP course for $19.97 up front or $99 a week payment plan. Okay, so for $198 a week, you can get 2 tickets to the NLP course, 2 tickets to the group coaching program for 198 Aussie per week. Now that's 133 USD per week, 110 quid per week. Who agrees that's a ridiculous deal? So this on the screen is only available for the next 2 hours. So if it's option 1, send me a DM, say, Jason, option 1, I want to do the group business coaching program, get a free seat, or I want to do the NLP course and get a free seat. Or if you want to upgrade or do both, send me a DM in the next 2 hours. Has to be in the next 2 hours by 11 o'clock. I want to do option 2. I want to do both or upgrade to the second for the 3,997 offer or the 198. That's Aussie. That's all in Aussie dollars, not USD. That's a ridiculous offer. There's no one in the world that will offer you a more affordable deal because we care. I want to see you certified and I want to see you guys making money. It's the inner game and the outer game. Pretty cool deal. Who's in? Who is not in the Patreon? Who's not in the Patreon? Is everyone in the Patreon? Oh, a couple of you. Yeah, cool. Awesome. So send me a DM. So option 1, I want to do just the one of the courses, the NLP or the group. Number 2, so if you're a one-on-one business coaching client, you can also upgrade to the NLP as well for the extra. If you're a business coaching client, you can upgrade. If you're a VA client, you can do one or the other. If you're not a client, you can get the special deal. So just let me know if you're option 1, one course, option 2, both courses, or option 3, you want to upgrade as a client, then it's only available for 2 hours. Okay, so act fast, and we'll go. Next week's training, I'm doing another training next week. Next week, we're doing a training on how to sign clients every day from LinkedIn. Who would like to learn more about LinkedIn and using LinkedIn to get clients? Would you guys like that? Next week, we're doing an advanced training on LinkedIn training. Okay, same time this week, this time next week. And it's going to be compulsory training for your VAs. Who's hiring VAs for us? So stay tuned. Also, remember, we do have the appointment setting workshop this weekends. Remember, we got the free appointment setting workshop. Where is this thing to sit? We have a lot of events happening for you guys over the upcoming weeks to serve you. So we've got the appointment setting masterclass. Who's registered for the appointment setting masterclass this weekend? So this appointment setting masterclass on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. free. I'm going to share with you the science and art of getting booked solid for appointments. It's compulsory for your VAs. All your VAs will be there. And then on Monday, we start the first ever appointment setting challenge. Who's registered for the appointment setting challenge? On Monday, we kickstart with an opening ceremony in the morning. And I'm going to show you how to book 3 appointments every day. 21. Who would like 21 appointments booked sales calls next week? Free challenge. So we have the free workshop, the free LinkedIn training, and the free challenge. All free, guys. Right? Because I want to help you. I want to serve you. I want to spend more time with you. So make sure you plug in, attend all of our events, become a student of our content. We have so much knowledge, we have so much skills, so much value to share and impart and imbue upon you. If you hire VAs for us, great. If not, cool. You become business coaching client, great. If not, cool. You become certified NLP, great. If not, cool. Use and abuse us however you want. And if and when you're ready and you can financially justify it, invest in all things that are the things that resonate with you that you feel like you need and going to help fast track your success psychologically, internally, as well as externally. So, guys, I got to jump on a team meeting. Hope you found that valuable. As always, if you enjoyed that, feel free to comment on my wall. Check out my YouTube. Be sure to join the 3 events we've got over the next few weeks. I'll see everyone in the upcoming events. The masterclass and the challenge, actually, all 3 of those events are compulsory for your VAs. So you actually be able to communicate with your VAs, those that are hiring VAs for us. So, guys, have a great day. Hope you found that impactful and useful. I'll see everyone soon.